Good morning, this is Francine. Just going to do a little video on managing metrics. Now there could be 20 of these videos, but we're going to talk specifically about how I make decisions on when to cancel an order, when to let it go late, and how to manage orders that need to be canceled. Because this is tricky and because we don't want our metrics to go out, this is a bit of a juggling act, so please watch this video until you understand it, until you understand how our metrics work. If you need one-on-one assistance, please ask for it, because making a mistake on our metrics can be drastic. Not so much the first time, but if we repeatedly do it, it can hurt the store. So let's get going. Right now, I have a decision to make. When I go to our current month sheet, we have, if I click on the unshipped orders and put this filter on, what we have here are, we have two orders that are showing problems. So this first one is BBB canceled this order. Sometimes that will happen, not frequently, but at times it does happen. They take an order, they go to process it, and their supplier, just like us, their supplier is run out of stock and didn't update the website. That happens. Okay, here we have another order that came in just today that needs to be canceled. So how I make a decision of whether I'm going to let an order go late, like I did yesterday. So this ship by date, this is the Bible, right? If we go beyond this, we get hit on the metrics, on the late metrics. If we just cancel, then it hits our cancellation metrics. So we've got several different things that need to be taken into account. We have late shipment rate. We're more tolerant on this. You see our target is 4%. Our pre-fulfillment cancel rate just means cancellation. You can't fill the order, you have to cancel it for whatever reason. Okay? Our target rate of this is only 2.5%, so it's quite a bit lower because Amazon hates it when you cancel orders. Quite honestly, I hate having to cancel an order as well. It means we forego a sale. So we don't like to do it. If we can fill it, we do that. Okay? So how will I make this decision? How did I make the decision to let this order go late last night? Well, for me, I think it's fairly simple. What we have is the number of orders right here. So let's pull this open just for a second. So we click on here. What I want you to pay attention to are the time windows, the 7-day cancellation rate, because it's always going to be higher. It's more touchy. There's less time. But it also goes away quickly. The dates here are from February 8th to February 14th. And it says that we canceled one order within this time period. Now, what we need to know is, or what you need to know is, what does this time period mean and how do they really calculate it? Because, let me just reiterate this. If you download this report, I want to show you how this is calculated. This has actually been changed recently, and it works in our favor. It actually gives us a little bit maneuverability when we want to cancel. So we're just going to let this report download. So you can see by opening the report which orders they're referring to. Okay. Now I don't keep these reports on file. They're just for right now. See, the order date was 2/8. So the date that is relevant when you're canceling an order is the order date. So if I go and check this one, it's not going to show because I've got my filter on. Just let me take the filter off for a moment. You will see that the date this order was received is the 8th. It doesn't matter at this point which date we cancel it. What matters is which date it came to us. And that's how they're going to measure the metrics. So the calculation is easy as for percentage. Can we afford to cancel another one? So if I take 1, which is the one order, divided by the total number of orders, and as you know, this changes daily as they update the 7-day window, times 100 to get it to a percentage, gives me 1.369, so 1.37. Now, we had the one to cancel yesterday. Had I canceled it, this is what it would have looked like. 2 divided by 73 times 100. 2.73, and it puts us above this target window. Okay. Now, what was the date of this order? Is what I want you to sort of be aware of. So the date of this order that needed to be canceled is 2/11, and that is within this window. So it would show within this window. The reason why we don't cancel it is we don't want this over 2.5. Amazon gets kind of grumpy at us when we do that. Plus, it's not good for the store. It slows orders down. It does all kinds of crazy things. So this is how I make my decision of, do we let it go late? Now, we've got a lot more tolerance here. We've had 0 orders go late over the last 7 days. When they're measuring here, be aware that it's not always the same window. See, this is not the same window as the other one. This is 10 days, actually. And so it would be 105. So right now, it's not showing late yet, but it will show up yesterday, or tomorrow. Yesterday. It will show up tomorrow. Here's the trick. We are attempting to get the customer to cancel this order. If we wait till the window for 2/11 is passed, which is why sometimes I wait. If I wait until that window is passed on here, when this goes to February 12th, if I cancel this order, it won't show up at all as a hit on our metrics. It's a fine balance between making the customer angry, getting an A to Z claim, or affecting your metrics. So sometimes I will cancel it, sometimes I won't, sometimes I'll just let it go late. If we receive an email from the customer asking where the order is, then that's an indication they might get mad, and then I will cancel it, as long as I'm not throwing my metrics out. Okay, customer service is all about that, is trying to maintain good service for your customer without damaging your metrics. Okay, so it's a bit of a dance. So, doing the calculation of, will this throw this over? So you pull up your calculator. If I have 2 divided by the number of orders showing within that window, okay, times 100 will give you, oops, it won't give you that. 2 divided by 73 times 100 would give you 2.73, throws you over, so I let it go late. Can I cancel the next one? No. But by then, by the time this needs to be shipped, and this is the date we watch all the time, the date that it needs to be shipped. Is it going to go late? Are we going to cancel it? Are we going to request a cancellation from the customer? Okay, so in this case, we're going to watch this one to see if it comes back in stock. If it does, we'll place the order. If it doesn't come back in stock within a day or 2, we'll send the cancellation request. Always being aware that you don't want to let the customer wait too long, not knowing whether the order is going to be fulfilled or not, okay, when there's a problem. So hopefully that made sense to you on how we manage this. I know it can seem a little complicated, but what you always need to be aware of is, are we going to go over our targets, taking the action we need to take? There's always another action. Let the shipment go a little late. Maybe explain to the customer, we're out of stock, please send a cancellation. If they don't, just keep trying. When there's a pricing error and we absolutely cannot fill the order, then that's when I would do, this is what happened here. I just canceled it and I took the metrics, because that can get us in trouble a little bit more than out of stock. We know we're not going to fill the order. So when there's a possibility the item's coming back, we give it a few days. When there's no possibility of filling the order, it's mispriced, the item no longer is available, whatever, then we need to consider juggling through this process, okay? But always, before canceling an order, this is what we look at. We estimate this, we decide based on this, and what is going on within our customer order itself. Okay? I know it's a little complex, but we'll keep working through it. If you have any questions, let me know. This is sort of the heartbeat of the company. This is what keeps your store healthy. So it's important to me that you understand it before you start playing in it. Okay? Thank you very much. We'll talk soon.